So, Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4, super excited. What can we expect as like the vibe from the overall cast this season?
Everyone's got their own vibe going on. So for me, I mean, I'm single, I'm a mom, got a lot of career stuff going on, so definitely seeing a lot of that. My siblings are on the show now, Vanessa and JoJo, so you get to see that interaction again. Just great stuff.
And from what I heard from Little Birdie, you kind of open up with the public scrutiny that you had to deal with growing up in the public eye. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that is kind of like? Like, take us into that kind of setting.
You know what? I think over time, after being in front of the cameras for so long, you kind of get used to it. And just being honest is important. So I'm just being as honest as I possibly can, keeping the tiny bit of privacy that I do have, which is not much. So that's what I would say.
And we absolutely love that about you.
Thank you.
Is there a time that you've ever looked around and looked in your environment and you're like, wow, is this my life? This is crazy.
I'm really used to it. I think because we started filming when I was like 17 that I'm kind of like, I'm just used to it.
There isn't a specific moment that you've looked around and you've been like, wow, I'm so lucky. This is really cool.
I'm always blessed and always grateful for, my surroundings and where I come from.
All right, so I know you have to get to a screening. So before I leave you, I'm going to leave you with this one last question. Is growing up in the spotlight a legacy or a curse?
I would say it's a legacy. I don't like to look at things as a curse.
I love that answer. Thank you. All right, Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4. What can we expect from the cast? What's the vibe this season?
The vibe this season, I feel like everybody is more comfortable and then coming into their own. So just everybody's supporting one another. Everyone's doing their own things. We're all trying to be successful. We all have our own businesses that we're launching. So you see a little bit of that and, of course, the drama too. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Especially for you, you're a superstar launching your whole music career. What can we expect that's coming up in your musical career?
Well, I have another single that I'm releasing. I release music every season. So this season I'm releasing another single. It's called Hangover. And I'm excited about that. And I also am releasing a makeup line called Kristinia Cosmetics, and it's featuring eyeshadow palettes first. It's paraben-free. They're shimmer eyeshadows, and they're vegan. So look out for those. It's going to be coming out in July.
And if you look at her makeup right now, I think we can all trust her new makeup line. So go buy that. So growing up hip-hop is kind of an idea that none of us really get to experience. So as someone who is experiencing it, is there ever a moment that you looked around and you're like, wow, this is my life, this is so cool?
Every day. Growing up, I was on tour with my dad at a young age. He used to take me on stage with him when I was just 2 years old. So it's always been surreal being in the limelight. I love the music industry. I love the people. I love everything about it. Obviously, there's ups and downs, but I'm grateful to be a part of my family lineage. And yeah, there's never a dull moment, that's for sure.
All right, I know you have to get to a screening, so I'll leave you with last question. Is growing up hip-hop a legacy or a curse?
Both. It's a legacy and a curse.
And why is that? You have to let us know.
It's a legacy because it's a huge honor to be a part of such amazing people who have, are legends and who have made such a huge impact on the world. And, I can only hope that we can do the same.
All right, Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4, what can we expect from the overall vibe of the cast this season?
The overall vibe is I have a new relationship and everyone's trying to comprehend that I'm getting older, and I'm really trying to show them, yes, I'm growing up.
Was that something that you had to deal with a lot? Did she vent to you about that?
Oh, yes, I had to deal with a lot of it.
Yeah.
I had to learn when to be quiet. That was the hard part.
Oh, you have a big mouth?
Some would say so. I'm all about being real and speaking how I feel, and that's one of the things that brought us together is
basically
my zero filter.
Basically, he can't lie, so he and that's fine because you want real people in the world, but some people can't handle it like that. So,
well, this world needs to toughen up a little bit, so I understand. Growing up hip-hop and growing up in the spotlight is something that a lot of us don't really know. We're not used to it. So is there ever a moment that you guys have looked around and you're like, wow, is this my life? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen?
Yes, all the time.
Every day.
Exactly.
Every day.
Every single day. Because I just came from the Billboard. We just came from Vegas, from the Billboards, on the red carpet. All right, this is happening. It's different, and it's always exciting. I always feel blessed every time I'm in that certain situation.
Every day is a new obstacle. It's always a new roller coaster for us, but we so happen to like roller coasters, so we good.
Do you ever find it hard to trust people with being on that roller coaster? Like people want to jump on and take a ride?
24/7.
All the time.
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly, because I'm
Filter 'em out.
He's the one that doesn't trust, and I'm the one that, I'm like, let's try it out. So we balance each other, and that's how it works.
Who's more trustworthy, people within the industry or people that you just meet that are everyday normal people?
Everyday people.
Yeah.
Everyday
I'd say
people,
that.
hands down.
Definitely.
I mean, I was a everyday person.
Exactly, and he's
I
very
ride hard.
We love that. All right, last question. I'm going to leave you with this since you're off on your way to go to the screening. Is growing up in the spotlight a legacy or a curse?
I'd say it's a legacy, to be honest, because it shows that they're like, okay, what can this person do? And it's up to you to show like what you can do. And I believe I have talents, and a lot of people have many talents that they don't even know and that they have to figure out. And being in the spotlight brings it out.
It's a curse and a blessing.
I love that. Thank you guys so much. Have fun tonight. All right, let's talk about what's in your hand over here.
Sugar Skull Rum. If you ain't taste this the best tasting rum in the world. Nobody don't have this. This is everywhere now. And me and Romeo started this brand from nothing. This come from New Orleans. So when you see this, you go into the stores, ask for this. This is what you got to have. This coconut, the best tasting rum on the planet.
Now, how do we know that it's the best tasting rum on the planet?
Go buy one and taste it. I'm telling you, you're not going to be dissatisfied. You're going to be like, P, I got to have some more.
P, I got to have some more.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4, we're super excited. What's the overall vibe from the cast this season?
You know, we all go through difficulties and how to bring that together, that pain, and turn it into love. And I think that's what you're going to see on this season.
Okay, I got that.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all been through something. We're not letting Boogie have none of this. He can't have this.
What is it like being a father of someone like Romeo?
You know, being a father is it's a beautiful thing for me because, you know, me growing up in the streets and being able to experience what I'm able to experience, I want to be able to give that back to my kids and show them that, you know, they can make it too.
Kind of like a coach.
Huh?
Kind of like a coach.
Yes, definitely like a coach. So that might be my next job in the NBA coaching.
I was just going to say, what makes you a great coach?
You know what? I've been through a lot, and I think any coach should have been on the field. They should have been able to experience that. And so coaching is about experience.
Now, if I were to give you an Oscar for everything that you've done and all the greatness that you've given the world, and someone were to, let's say, steal that Oscar, what would you do?
I'm coming after them.
How so?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I can't tell you.
All right, so it's just a surprise for us?
Yeah.
So just no one steal
But it's gonna be
P's.
love.
It's going to be love.
I'm not going to do, you know, what happened with OJ and go to, no, none of that. Just like, get that back to me.
Well, we love you, P.
Yes, I love you guys.
Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 4, what can we expect as like an overall vibe from the cast this season?
I guess you're just going to see us hopefully come together, overcome all the negative things that we're going through, and come out on top. I know that's my storyline. You know, I got a lot of people coming at me for random things.
Such as?
You're just going to have to wait and see.
And tease. Okay, so a lot of us don't know exactly what it's like to grow up in the spotlight, like you guys got to experience at a very young age. What is that like? And is there a moment that you kind of stopped and looked around and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life?
Well, I guess to answer that question, like when I realized I was in the spotlight is when I started hanging out with kids from my school and like my cousins and stuff. And their parents were either like doctors or just had a regular 9 to 5. And I'm like, oh, their dad doesn't go on tour. Their godfather isn't a rapper who's famous everywhere. So at the age of 13, I kind of realized what it was.
So up until then, you just thought it was a normal everyday lifestyle?
It is an everyday lifestyle. It's normal to me.
But for everybody?
Oh, not for everybody, no. But for me, yeah, that's what I grew up in.
So knowing that, do you think that growing up in the spotlight is a legacy or a curse?
I mean, I have fun, so it's a legacy. It depends on how you treat it, you know? Like, whatever you put out into the world, that's what you're going to receive back. So as far as I go, I just put out positive things and positive vibes. So I just receive positive energy and feedback.
I love that. The universe works in wonderful ways.
It does. I love it.
Thank you so much. Have fun tonight. You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I love this. This is like a little unique look.
It's a little Alexander McQueen moment. I wanted to come since the episode's so dramatic, but a little bit something dramatic for me. So.
Well, I was going to ask, Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4, what can we expect as the overall vibe from the cast this season?
Well, we added JoJo, so he's on there more. So it's always good to have another sibling on the show with me. And I think you'll definitely see a lot of Angela open up, a lot of drama, and a little bit of sibling rivalry. But I mean, you can't get through life without that. So.
I was going to say, where do we stand right now? Are we friends? Are we good?
We're friends. We were just together earlier today. I cannot go like a week without speaking to my sister, honestly. So the beef never lasts for long. And it's not really beef. It's just
sibling rivalry.
Sisters, yeah.
I understand. What was it like for you to come into a show like this? Were you expecting everything that you got?
I wasn't really expecting them beefing and me having to try to bring them. Well, you're gonna have to see it, but I wasn't expecting it. I had to mediate, so they're kind of crazy, both of them. They always been crazy.
He's actually the crazy one, but okay.
I ain't crazy. I'm just funny.
All right, let's see. Who's the crazy one and who's the funny one?
He's actually
Vanessa's the crazy one. I'm the funny one.
Or is Angela the crazy
Angela
one?
and Vanessa split the craziness.
Oh, wow. Thanks, brother. He just threw us under the bus.
I love that. Okay, so growing up in the spotlight is something that a lot of people aren't used to. So is there a moment that you were like, wow, I'm in the spotlight, and this is something other people don't usually experience?
I guess growing up and doing Run's House and Daddy's Girls and doing reality TV since we grew up, we kind of got put into that position. It's been an amazing, fun ride, but then there are also times when I like to just take it back and be more low-key because you don't want to put yourself out there for all that scrutiny and extra public opinion. So it's a balance with us. Like I like to do the things that I do and I have the platform that I have, but then I also like to bring it back and be just low-key and just do me.
I agree with everything she just said. I was going to say basically everything she said.
So do you guys think that overall it's a blessing or a curse?
I think honestly I can only say that we've been blessed. We've been blessed with the family we come from, and it's a blessing to be able to add to the legacy the way that we are able to.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, to have this platform and to be able to do good things and, and just spread the love and spread the positivity.
It's how you use it. It's how you use the platform.
And how do you guys plan on using it moving forward, even after the show?
Well, I'm building a lot of companies and then just always about philanthropic work. My uncle and my dad always taught us that if you're in this position, you have to give back. So that's what we're always looking to do is give back in some way, whether it is on reality TV and people are being inspired by what we're going through and can relate to us, or if it is through like our philanthropic efforts.
I got a non-profit charity, a basketball team that we have kids, they play basketball and their parents don't have to pay a cent, they're a travel team. So, I always give back to the community anyway. It's all about being, philanthropy like she said. So.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much. Have so much fun in there tonight and we'll be watching. All right, Romeo, you walked on the carpet having some chips. Your dad walked on the carpet with some rum. What's going on? It's like a party with the two of you.
We down south boys, We like to keep our goodies right with us, even if we're on the red carpet for our show. But we're businessmen, it's our brands, I've been doing the Rap Snacks thing. We got Sugar Skull Rum. You're not no real boss if you're not drinking your own rum and eating your own chips.
Where are you going to share? We need some over here.
I got the whole, the place set up with Romeo chips.
All right, so we'll have some later.
You got some.
We'll enjoy.
If you don't have any, hit me on Instagram, okay?
All right, we'll do that. All right, so speaking of partying, X on the Beach was crazy.
Yeah.
What did you think about that show? I know next week is crazy. My girl Chelska is on the show.
X on the Beach, it's a roller coaster. It's actually one of my most fun experiences. I said if I ever hosted something, I wanted to be able to give my romantic, expertise, and this is the show for it. But it's a great show, so y'all make sure if you haven't watched it, tune in to MTV Thursday nights as well. And now we got Growing Up Hip Hop Thursdays nights on WeTV. So I'm all over the place. I got Famous in Love Wednesdays on Freeform. I'm all over.
And speaking of romance, you deal with a little romance this season, don't you?
I deal with a lot of romance this season. Look, y'all, we might as well call this show For the Love of Romeo or something. Romeo finding Juliet. Because I kind of open up.
I think that could be a spin-off.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think I have some Juliets lined up?
How about I be like the Chris Harrison on The Bachelor? You're the Bachelor.
I'm going to holler at you.
All right.
We got that on tape.
All right. Last question, because I know you have to go into the screening. Growing up in the spotlight, was that a legacy or a curse?
I think everything's a blessing in disguise, a blessing and a curse. Everything has pros and cons. You know, for me, it's always a blessing, though, knowing where my family come from. We come from nothing, knowing that I got cousins locked up, I got cousins dead. My life could have went a totally different way, but I had a strong father figure who showed me the most manliest thing and coolest thing you could do as a man is be there for your family and try to do the positive thing. And that's for me, the biggest blessing is my pops. But this industry is not what it seems. Like, fame and money is not what it seems. And people who don't have it are like, well, I'll take that problem every day. But you have people around you for the wrong reasons. You start getting lost. You lose yourself. And if you don't have a strong anchor, you know, you'll go afloat.
Well, it seems like you did a very good job of that growing up. We love you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, Growing Up Hip Hop Season 4, what can we expect as the whole vibe from the cast this season?
Oh man, everybody's just bringing it. I mean, all these attitudes and everybody's like, I don't know, even I got in a little something in this one. But it's all good, as you will see. But everyone is very fiery, very, some drama.
Was there any drama with your daughter getting into the industry? How do you feel about that?
You know what? I'm accepting her, doing her now. She's all grown up, and she is telling me that at this point, like, Mom.
Especially with that boyfriend of hers.
I know, and them two, the little team, they try to push me away, but I'm right there. I ain't going anywhere. I'll be right there with them. Hey.
Well, I do love how you guys are very open about your family lifestyle. You guys tried family therapy. Why did you decide to showcase that on TV?
Because, I'm very open. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. People in my business anyway. And I thought it was a good thing for my son, and because he's not here with me a lot, it's more Egypt. And I just want to show, like, yeah, I got a son. He's great. He's wonderful. And, like, we, like family, we go through things. And I think it's important to show that, even though we're celebrities and we have this going on, but internally there's real life issues that we deal with. So I want people to know that too, because some people think we don't go through shit. Excuse me.
You were just at the Billboard Music Awards too. Tell me about that experience, because that's amazing. You were amazing.
Oh my God, like I said, thank you. It was so amazing for that, to be on the stage with Janet Jackson and J-Lo's and, Kelly Clarkson, and for us to close the concert, hello.
Amazing.
Amazing feeling, it was girl power, everything. It was amazing.
Last and final question, because I know you have to run in. Say I were to give you an Oscar for your amazing performance, and someone were to steal that Oscar, how would you react?
Like this, I'll be like, I'll be hiring all types of people, the goons, the police. We gonna find it.
Love it. I'll help you find it.
I'm still from the streets, okay?
Can I get a quick picture with you?
Sure.